So, we are done with NARBC and we are supposed to be on our way back home. We had an amazing time at NARBC. I love being able to meet everyone, getting to show off Gomez, getting to talk to kiddos, and showing that spiders aren't scary. It was just amazing. I had a great time. So we are done with NARBC and we are in Oklahoma. We had to stop last night because we ended up essentially hitting road debris and lost 7 out of 8 lugs on our tire. My husband's sitting on the other side laughing. Oh my god. So we're at Love's. We slept over last night, which is fine. Now it's the fact of trying to get a company out here to fix it, and dealing with insurance with a bus. For those that have never gone through this, it is insane. Our insurance seems to want to send, what's the latest? It's a
quick lube and auto sales.
Quick lube and auto sales. I don't think they're going to be able to lift up and handle our bus. And we're also apparently only allotted an hour of service. So that's fun. So we have another company that is recommended by the gas station, but don't know if insurance is going to cover it. Oh my good lord. If anyone has ever done this bus type stuff before, I would love to hear if you guys have any recommendations on insurance, because this is awful. So last night we were driving. I ended up hitting debris on the road, which was nothing that my husband could avoid. Alan tried, to do the best, and he is a former truck driver, so I give him props on this. Saying that there was someone on the other side, so he couldn't swerve to hit them. I had to deal with what we had. So something went under our bus, and we thought we were okay. Turns out it ended up knocking out 7 out of the 8 lugs. Somehow we made it to Love's, and we are now sitting here. God, we've been here since 11:30 last night. So we're at 24 hours at this point. No? 12. Or 12 hours. So we're at 12 hours at this point. Kind of feels like a lot longer.
It's 13 hours.
So we slept over last night, which was fine. It's great because Love's is a really good place to stay at, so that's great. But dealing with our insurance has been a nightmare. And I am putting this out there for anyone that wants to go down this route of getting a bus and doing the bus life for your business, which I love. I love that we have this. Holy crap, you guys. So I wasn't going to put our insurance on blast, but I think at this point I need to. So we have State Farm. And first off, I was trying to find someone that would insure a bus for a commercial license. Was near impossible. My husband, he went through so many different avenues trying to find stuff. State Farm said they could do it. They have commercial availability. They could, insure us. It was great. It has been a nightmare. And this isn't the first time that we've dealt with this, but trying to get them to find someone to tow our vehicle, because we had it happen once. They will dispatch someone that is not graded to tow a bus. They will send a small truck with a pickup, with the tow hitch, with they're sending stuff that is not able to lift a bus. We need something that has an actual flatbed to take our bus. And Alan will go through the routes where it's just they keep dispatching the wrong people. So this happened the first time. This is now the second time, and we're actually on the road with issues, stuck. We're in Oklahoma, guys. We're 9.5 hours from home. I wanted to make a pit stop over at Tarantula Cribs to go pick up some more merchandise so that I can have some more stuff at our shows. So, since 8 this morning, Alan's been on the call with insurance, and they usually dispatch through a third party. What is it called? A Gero?
Something like that.
And they have gotten our business account or our commercial account crossed with a company in Chicago. They knew this a month ago, the last time we went this route. They've not fixed it. So they think that we're some landscape company out in Chicago. They have actually given us that business's information, which is not right by any means. And so, I feel so bad for this business too, because they're probably getting calls about getting towed and like for getting repairs, and he has nothing to do with this, but he's getting calls. I feel so bad for him. So again, this was like, we realized this a month ago, and now we're back at it again, where they thought that we're the different company. They confirmed like our phone number with them, and they didn't know that one, so they confirmed our phone number because we were trying to get it. Oh my god, we were trying to get it to where they could call us back, but we had to like do like a 3-way call essentially with like State Farm and a Gero, and they go, well, this is the number, right? State Farm's number. Okay, so gave it to them. They goofed that up again on a second call. But at Gero, we said, like, we are the commercial license, like, we are not the company out in the landscaping company. We are the bus. We have a purple bus. So they dispatch, the smaller company out here, no fault to the company out here, and they thought they were being dispatched for a small, what was it? Chevy Silverado. Not a bus. So the guy calls, says, I'm not equipped to handle a bus. Can't handle the length. I don't have the equipment to bring on site. Can't do all this stuff. Can't tow you to my place. So fine. The fact was that he was dispatched by this third party at Gero for this other vehicle. So they did not tell him the right vehicle. They did not tell him that we have a bus. So I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're just trying to like get people to like be dispatched out so they can just say, oh, okay, it's done. But we're not able to get serviced. What the heck are we paying for? And this is 2 times. So then Alan calls our insurance again, basically to complain about this because this is ridiculous at this point, and then we need to get this fixed. So again, we get 3-way called through Gero. They get everything figured out. We have all information. He said it's for a commercial vehicle. Commercial. We have a bus. Commercial. Have we not understood the fact that this means it's a big vehicle? So while he's on the phone, they're like, yes, we got that all documented. So Gero hangs up. We're still on the phone with our insurance. Alan gets a text from them saying, like, okay, this is going to be dispatched to you. You guys. They dispatched the same company. The same small company that says that they can't do it. While he's on the phone with our insurance. And so Alan's like, you guys, like, it's not going to work. They just texted me. They just dispatched the same person. So currently our insurance is working on it. It is 12:30. I want to be home. Like, I absolutely love that we had an amazing time at NARBC. This is absolutely insane. So I will say right now, I don't recommend State Farm. If they see this, which I doubt that they will, I'm glad that I'm putting them on blast, because this is absolute bull. Like, I cannot believe this. If any other customer would be stranded and not have somewhere to sleep, they'd be screwed. If they were on the side of the road, we thankfully made it to Love's that has food here, has accommodations. We have places that we can sleep on our bus. Like, we were prepared for this. But dang it, I want to get home. I have spiders at home. I have reptiles at home. We have our dogs. Like, we have my brother-in-law watching our dogs, which I am so thankful for. But he's not equipped to handle our snakes, our axolotl, nor our spiders. And I didn't put that on him. We made sure that they were good to go before we left. And we have things that need to get fed. And we were hoping to be home today at the latest. I'm not thinking we're going to get home till tomorrow. Hopefully no later than tomorrow. My God. I'm so tired. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted, but we are still here in the parking lot. I want to be home. So at least with all the craziness that's going on, I can at least enjoy some babies that are having a meal. So I did bring these guys down with me just because they came out of a nest literally the day we were leaving. So I figured I'd bring them with and make sure they were good, staying hydrated, staying fed, so I get to sit here. And even with all the craziness going on with our insurance, I can watch. You can see, you got two right there sharing a food. I think that one wants in on it. It's hysterical. You got that one right there. That one right there. They're all doing so good and eating. So this has been fun to watch. This is my happy place. I will stay and watch the babies eat. Look at all the babies! And there's some other ones that were eating up here too. Oh yeah, look at that. They're fierce hunters, so they are eating... Oh, I forget which ones these are. Not the Malagasters, maybe it is the larger variant, so... But they're doing good and eating. And it was really fun being able to share this over at NARBC because I had this out on the table so people could see the babies I had available, but then also seeing this is how small they are. Like, it is amazing how much they grow. So all these guys are, I believe, I3s at this point. And they are doing good. So I also brought the food with me so you guys could see it. So these are the fruit flies that the babies are eating. I'm pretty sure I think I got the fruit flies from Crazy Bugs and Pods. They vend with us at a lot of our local shows. Highly recommend them, you guys. They do tons of different bugs and inverts and all that. But so I went and got some fruit flies from them last show. But this is cool where you can see they got the food down here. So this is what the flies eat. They mate. They have babies. So you can see some of the little larvae. Look at them wiggling around. I probably should have had on film my husband sounding really cute. Look at the little babies. And then they get into the pupa stage. So you can see the little casings, the little shells. And then they'll emerge. And there's all the flies. So this is what the babies are eating right now. And everyone is so nervous about being able to handle these for feeding. Which right now, like, you know, it's really for slings up to like I4, maybe I5s. Would take these. After that you can start getting into some of the bigger bugs. But I take this, I place it in the fridge for 5 minutes. That way the fruit flies kind of go into a sleep. And then to feed them, then you just go open up your container for your spider. You then just tip and dump out a couple little fruit flies. Close it back up, close your spider's enclosure. The fruit flies will start to wake up, crawl around, and then they'll get the flies. So not as scary as everyone thinks. Everyone's so worried about opening up and all the flies coming out. Now I recommend going and getting it from, you know, a vendor, breeder that has the bigger containers like these. You can get them at Petco and PetSmart, but they're shorter. So the amount of flies, because I can tap this all down, and it'll end up being where all the flies will go down to the bottom, and I don't have to worry about them being all right there. With the shorter ones, there's less area for the flies to climb, so they can climb out easier. So I like these containers better. Alright. Hi guys, more updates. I just went and took a shower in Love's. I feel refreshed. I feel good. Oh my god. State Farm. So while I was in the shower, apparently they had dispatched another vehicle to come and help us. So a big thing here is that, so we have the lugs. So the lugs are the bolts. Go through the tire. Or go through the shaft. And then there's lug nuts. They have been telling the people to come service our vehicle, we need lug nuts. We don't need lug nuts. We need the lugs, the bolts. So the guy that came, he laughed. Apparently my husband, he thought it was so funny. So the guy comes out and he's laughing. He has a bag of lug nuts and a little 4x4, like the 4-way like thing to tighten down the lug nuts. That's what he came out with. That's not going to fix our problem. Oh my god. So I came back. Alan's on the phone with State Farm again. I'm like, okay, that didn't go well. Yeah, I mean, I have no words. My husband is so patient, but he was yelling at them, and but I would have had so many words for them, and getting it through their head that it's lugs that we need, not lug nuts, not those. We need the bolts. Was insane. We were three-way calling the third party people. They're barely understanding it, and it got to the point where they were going to send someone again. Alan kept saying, we need commercial, like everyone you're sending out here. And then once they realized it was lugs, they're like, oh, we don't cover that. They're commercial. Like, how do they not cover lugs? They just cover the lug nuts. Oh, Alan's coming back. So anyway, so they don't cover the lugs being replaced, so most likely they'd have to get towed. But how do you claim that you have commercial insurance if you can't handle replacing lugs on a tire, which can be done on the side of the road? My husband is a retired truck driver at this point. Like, he used to do that for a living, and he has done it on the side of the road. He's done it in a barn. He's done it for his companies that he's worked for. So, like, it's not a reasonable ask. Just requires the right damn tools. Oh my god. So, finally, Alan managed to get them to take our recommendation of a company that is out here that came highly recommended. It took some convincing, that's for dang sure. In the middle of all this too is that we were put on hold so that she could get the manager, double check on everything, figure out if the person that we were recommending is able to be used. So we're on hold. Ajero, the third party company, calls Alan, and they were like, okay, well, the driver's on its way. We're like, who? And they're like, oh, well, the person, the only service that we have for you that's coming out there. And it's the same one that's already been dispatched twice. 3 times now. We at this point are like, okay, go for it. They can come here. They can have a good laugh at this point, because that's not going to work. Alan got off the phone with them. Son was State Farm. State Farm finally worked with us, and it seems like we have the guy coming that we recommended, and there'll be billed through the insurance. Thank God, because we don't have the money to do all this. Jeez. So, I'll keep you guys posted. But this is nuts. Alright, so more updates from Oklahoma. It is 8, 9 o'clock-ish at this point. It has been a day. Fighting with insurance. It's been awful. They, at this point, basically want it to be where either we take it to a collision shop and they keep it for weeks, or we pay out of pocket, which we really honestly can't. So we've been trying to mull up some ideas. There was one guy that was willing to come out, was willing to work with insurance, seemed promising. We hadn't heard from him for a long while, so I basically figured he was out of the water. So I don't know, got ghosted or whatever. So we were still trying to figure out things because it was getting closer to where places were closing down. Yeah, and so we lined up one place that was able to see us for tomorrow. We would just have to pay out of pocket, but he was willing to look at it. He was willing to look at it. So then we just had to figure out getting a tow company to get it over to the shop, which, fun thing too, is the third party place has a horrible time trying to figure out what to tow this bus with. They just don't figure out like the rating on the cars and all that. So basically anything that they send for the bus is not going to be able to pull the bus. So trying to figure out the tow thing. I will say I have an amazing group of support people in this community, in the spider community. So I want to give all the thanks to all my friends, you know who you are, that have been talking to me while I've been venting. You guys are the best, for real. So they gave me some good ideas. One was to possibly have it where we basically dropped it off over at the collision place, because then if they want to keep it for however long and do all the repairs, great, we can just U-Haul stuff back up. But at that point it was about the same cost as doing the repair at the other place for out of pocket. So I mean, I think it was just a 1-for-1. While we were trying to figure all this out, got a text from the one guy that we were wanting to work with earlier that was able to work with insurance. So Spiral of Events, he is picking up parts right now and coming out here. I guess he'd been working on a more emergency type situation of a truck on the side of the highway, which I totally understand. That's definitely more pressing since we're in a parking lot. I mean, we're still at Love's. Oh my god. But he texted us and he said he's going to still help us. He wants to get us out on the road tonight, hopefully. So fingers crossed. I'll keep you guys updated. We just did dinner. I've had Subway now 2 times today, breakfast and dinner. Then we'll watch some movies. My husband was sweet enough to put on Beauty and the Beast. I think we'll watch that. That is one of my favorites. I think we'll relax until this guy shows up. So there we go.
Go back in there and start making my insurance right now. Yeah. If you need anything from us other than that, I'll get that info. Yeah, whenever you get it, you just text.
ICs have an existing.
Yes.
Is this claim the...
Alright, update for you guys. So it is the next day. We're on Tuesday. And the repair service is here finally at noon-ish. They're awesome people. Highly recommend them. So their company, I am definitely putting them out there, is Anything Diesel and, what was it? Anything Diesel and Tire Repair out in Oklahoma. I think down near Muskogee. Highly recommend them. They're awesome. So props to them. But they are, oh, here we go. I should probably, there you guys go. So they're currently working on the tires. Then they just got off, so now they're trying to get the old lugs, I'm assuming, off. But they're gonna get us done in about an hour. Currently we're on the phone with State Farm because State Farm was supposed to send information for billing to them. Never did it. So that's great. So if they don't do that, then we have to pay out of pocket. So we're currently on hold. If you can't hear the hold music. Yeah. But we should be on the road hopefully soon. I'm so thankful that we're able to get this guy here. Thing was that they weren't an approved person originally from State Farm. We had to work around and find someone for them. So doing their job, getting things done. We've been at the Loves long enough that Loves, I think, is wanting us out, which I don't blame them. We've been here for almost 48 hours. So I don't blame them for wanting to get us out. So it's really weird being on the bus and having the bus being repaired. The floor is vibrating. So anyways, we should hopefully be back on our road and getting to Chicago. So I want to give a quick update. Yay! You can see them in the mirror. Taping. So they got the tires off. They had to go over to the shop to go, or to a store to go get some more parts. There we got new lugs on there. Almost all of them. I think we still need one. How do the tires look?
I don't think we did enough damage to need new rims.
Oh my god, thank god. That was our fear, was that with us driving on the tires, not realizing it. No, we did.
We're gonna need rims.
How can you tell? Sorry.
They're oval shaped.
Oh, shit.
I've got 1, 2, maybe 3 lugs that would keep us from wobbling, but 3 out of 8's not enough.
Is that what they could be going to go get, or?
Well, they had rims. I don't know if they've got the equipment to swap that, but we might be able to work with, as I described earlier, doing pancaking and
Okay.
it's, yeah.
Alright. We're almost there, guys. Tire is fixed. Lugs are on. We got everything situated. Now the guy needs to get paid. Back on the phones with State Farm. Alan's on the phone with them, and the service provider is on the phone with them. He agreed with them prior to coming out to us that he would get payment upon completion of the task, and it's complete. Now it's us trying to get him to get paid, and I want to go home. We're almost there. We're up and running, guys. We're on our way to St. Louis. Gotta pick up some stuff over at Tarantula Cribs, and then we'll be on our way home to Chicago. Alright, so we're on the road the next day. So we're on Wednesday. This has been the longest trip ever. Got the tire fixed, and then we were basically waiting. Like, they had an agreement with, like, the service guy had an agreement with State Farm that he would get paid upon completion of his work, which he did. Rightfully owed payment. State Farm was supposed to step up and pay them. He had agreement with it. I don't think that they were very clear. I don't think State Farm was very clear with him that, I don't know, payment was going to be like 3 to 5 business days. I don't know. But essentially, he was not getting paid by State Farm. Alan was on the phone with State Farm. He was on the phone with State Farm, and State Farm was just not having it. Like, they were just like, no, that's not how it works. It's not part of our process, and I don't care what we agreed upon before, but that's not how it happens. So, all said and done, we then had to pay out of pocket, even though we thought that we could have this guy go through our insurance because they agreed that he would be paid upon completion of his repairs. So, thank God for the fact that we had enough cash from the expo to pay him. If not, we probably would still be there waiting for payment at this point. Like, I just don't even know. So many things could have gone wrong. I'm very glad and thankful for everyone that supported us during the expo, because in the long run, you guys were able to help us pay for repairs on the bus. It just stinks that now we're out that money that was supposed to go to many other things. Yeah, it's been a long trip. I'm very frustrated with State Farm. This whole process should not have gone this way. We've already been talking to them about the fact that we now need to get repaid. They need to issue us reimbursement. So we made it out of Oklahoma. Love the people in Oklahoma, but goddamn, I'm very glad that we're out of Oklahoma. We're in Missouri. We're heading towards Tarantula Cribs to pick up some restock of some enclosures for expos. Thank you, Mo, for dealing with our delays. I've been saying that we're going to be there at a certain time, and we're not going to be there at a certain time, and we were driving till like 1 a.m. or so, and we stopped off at Rolla to sleep. So now we're back on the road, pick up Tarantula Cribs, and God, make it home. I want to be home so bad. So, updates. Thanks, Mo. Did you get the goods?
Yep. That I did.
We made it to Illinois. I've never been so happy to see cornfield and Illinois. I'm just so happy to be back. So thanks everyone for your support and joining us on this adventure to Dallas and back.